What is going on, everybody? My name is ToothPistol49 and today is Thursday and a snapshot has just been released. So I decided I would make a little snapshot video kind of showcasing all of the new features that are coming with the next update. So right here we'll go ahead and get started with some of the new plants. Now first off, we've got a brand new sunflower, and actually it's looking this way. What it does is it actually always faces east. I'm pretty sure it always faces east. I've seen a whole bunch of sunflowers in an area and they seem to always be facing east, so that's something unique. Another thing they added is rose bushes. Now something different about rose bushes is they got rid of the rose flowers and instead they're replacing it with these rose bushes, and you use these rose bushes. Let's see, I'm going to switch over to survival. Alright, so with these rose bushes you go ahead and punch them when you're in survival. You can pick it up and that's how you make dye. So that's how you make your red dye, and then you can go ahead and just place it back down and whatnot. And then there's these new flowers, the peony. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but go ahead and punch those. You can't really make any dye. Oh, I guess you can make pink dye with it. I didn't actually test that, so I guess you can make pink dye with it, or you can just use the rose red and mix it with white. There's lilacs, which let's see if you can make any dye with that. Magenta, okay. Yeah, I didn't actually test that before, but it's pretty cool that we found that out now. And then also there's these large ferns. As you can see, it compares from the plain old small ones to the large ones. So those can spawn. I'm not sure if they spawn naturally. I haven't found any yet. But also there's double tall grass. If you hit that, it breaks it both. Same thing with that, it breaks it both. But what you can do is go up to a normal fern and bone mill it. Just like that. Same goes for the grass. You can bone mill it up and you get tall grass. And yeah. Anyways, as you see right there, there's a new flower right there as well, so we'll go ahead and take a look at those. So first off, we've got the dandelions. Now these are the standard yellow flowers, and of course all of these you can put them in a pot. And then we've got these poppies. They're, like I said before, they're no longer the roses, but we do have these poppies that are a lot like the roses we had. And I want to see if we can actually make red dye with that. Yeah, we can make red dye with that as well. So that's cool. We've got blue orchids, and let's go ahead and check and see if we can make some blue dye. Light blue dye, okay. That's cool. So we don't have to use extra lapis lazuli to make it. But we've also got allium. I'm not sure if I say that right, but I'm guessing this gets you like purple or magenta. Yep, we get one magenta. So that's pretty cool. And then we've got azure bluette, which I'm guessing makes white dye. Or light gray, okay. Alright, so we've got that. And then we've got a red tulip, which probably just makes more red dye. Yeah, rose red. Oh, whoops. And then orange, probably make some orange dye. Yeah, so you get the idea. White tulip, pink tulip, and oxide daisy. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this guy. See if this makes... Okay, so yeah, that makes light gray dye right there as well. Alright, so that's something new. I also found out that there is a new block. There are actually two new blocks. I'll show you the other one in a minute. But the first new block that I found was this packed ice. It's a lot like this normal ice, like you can stand on it, you can run fast and whatnot, and it's all slippery. But one thing is that it's not transparent, so you can't see through it. And another thing is I have a silk touch pick in here. So as you can see, you can silk touch this ice and whatnot and get it back. You can actually do the same thing with this, but it's a lot harder to destroy. So I can think of several uses of this. I mean, you can use this in buildings and it won't be too easy to break. And also, as you notice right here, I've got this light, so it doesn't actually melt if it's too close to light. I haven't been able to get it to melt, and if you break it, it does not cause water to spawn, as opposed to normal ice, which actually does. Alright, so now let's move on to some of the more interesting features in the snapshot. One of them being a brand new potion, and it is this, the potion of water breathing. Now if you go ahead and jump into some water, you can see that your bubbles actually slowly decrease, about a bubble every couple seconds or so. So you can't actually be underwater for very long. That's the problem. But with this potion, when you drink it, this is just a 3-minute potion. I think you can get one for 8 minutes. It actually makes it so that you can breathe underwater. Your bubbles don't go away, just as long as the potion's still activated. Now I haven't figured out how to actually craft this potion yet, but I'll keep trying some stuff and we'll see what we can find out about it. Now let's move on to some of the other cool items. We've actually got some brand new fish that we can catch. I've been trying to catch these and I haven't figured out how you actually need to catch them. So I don't know if they've added in where you can actually catch them, but the items are there in the creative menu. So let's go ahead and start off with the raw fish and the cooked fish. Those are standard, but we now have raw salmon and cooked salmon. So I'm guessing you can catch these. I don't know if it's biome specific. Maybe you have to be in a snow area to catch it or something. I'm not entirely sure, but you can cook it and eat it. And then there's also the pufferfish and clownfish. I haven't tested if you can actually eat those, so I don't know. But there are some new enchantments. Now we can actually enchant our fishing rod now. There's 2 different enchantments. One is called Lure, and the other is Luck of the Sea. So I went ahead and made some bows here. So there's Lure 3, Luck of the Sea, and then we've got and then you can actually combine them onto one. So that's a pretty awesome fishing rod. I don't know exactly. I tested these out and I wasn't able to figure out which does which. But what I'm thinking is I think Lure makes it more frequently. You basically lure in fish a lot more frequently and catch them easier. And I'm guessing Luck of the Sea, you probably get more variety of the fish more often. That's just what I'm guessing, though I don't actually know. Now, one really cool feature, and this is the last thing I'm going to go over here pretty much about the new Snapshot, is the awesome new biomes that they're adding. Now, these are the biomes that I've been able to find. I mean, there's some kind of mini biome type things that have been added also, but these are the main ones. So let's go ahead and start out with this roofed forest. I'm going to switch over to creative mode here, and we're actually in a roofed forest. All around us we've got these spruce trees, but they've actually got the normal leaves on them, and they're pretty thick and everything. And the reason it's a roofed forest is basically you can't really see the sky. It's all covered up. But if you fly over, you can actually see that there are some mushrooms as well. So there's some brown mushrooms and red mushrooms. So those spawn naturally inside of this forest. And with all of these flowers, they actually are biome specific as well. So you only find certain ones within certain biomes. And then the next biome, let's go ahead and switch to time day. The next biome I want to go over is this birch forest. So let's go ahead and click this and head over there. And as you can see, just what you would expect. Just basically a forest just with birch trees. So I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the old one. If it was in the old updates, then I'm sorry I got that wrong. But I thought I'd show it just in case. And the next one is the new extreme hills. Now there already are extreme hills, but they basically made a change to them. So let's go ahead and head over here. First off, you can notice that there is snow, and this isn't actually snow biome. It's not like a taiga extreme hills. It's just based on your elevation. So my elevation, why is it in the 90s, 100s or so? So the higher you get, the more likely the chance of snow is. I think it's probably about this where the snow starts. That's probably the line. But there's also these stone mountains that can spawn in. And if we fly over here, you can see there's a lot more areas of stone. So it's basically like some canyons and stuff. It looks pretty cool. So there is a pretty drastic change with these extreme hills biome. One other thing is you can actually get spruce trees inside of the extreme hills as well. Normally you couldn't before. So let's go ahead and head back and we'll take a look at the next one. Oh, that's one other thing. When you drop down from a height, it actually makes a little particle explosion effect. Something a little cool they added on. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this brand new biome called the savanna. So this is the savanna. It's kind of like a plains, but there are different kinds of trees here. So we've got these forest, or what are they called? Jungle trees. And they're kind of offset. They kind of twist and do little turns and stuff. And this is what it looks. So I'm actually in a savanna plateau. Yeah, savanna plateau. And there's these savanna mountains up over here. You can go ahead and take a look at that. So savanna M for mountains. And it looks pretty cool. There's a lot of stone around. Everything's going on pretty awesome. And now that is not a floating island, but there are like kind of hanging, cool overhanging things. Pretty much like Lion King status. You hang over the edge and, hold your baby kitty and drop it off the edge. And yeah. So that's the savanna area. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next biome here. So this next one is kind of a simple biome. It's a sunflower plains. It's basically the same thing as a plains biome, but sunflowers spawn in it. So pretty cool, I guess, but nothing too special. I don't want to go in too much detail with it, but that's the sunflower plains. Next up, we've got the Mega Taiga Hills. Now this is one of my favorite biomes. It is pretty awesome. It's pretty different from a lot of the other ones. So let's go ahead and teleport over here, and first off you can see there's these, basically they're trying to go for I think redwood trees. So they're really tall, they're 2 by 2 and they're spruce trees. But another cool thing is that they've actually got a new grass type. Previously there were only the grass and then the dirt and the mycelium. Now they've got this, which is podzol. It's pretty weird looking, I guess, and it only spawns in this biome. But another cool thing about this biome is that there's all kinds of mossy cobblestone everywhere, and I love mossy cobblestone, so this makes me pretty excited because we can get it really easy now. We don't have to only find monster spawners. We can actually come into this biome and collect it. So there's all these different boulders, which makes it really nice, and this is a pretty cool biome, I think. It looks awesome. Now the next biome is kind of a change to a biome. It's the ice plains. So there were ice plains previously, but I just want to show a few changes here. So let's see. For one, there's there's frozen rivers that run through, but the ice mountains look a little bit different. So let's see if we can get over to one. It looks like these are some ice mountains. So they do look a little bit different, but I just want to go through and make note that it looks like these changed. I'm not entirely sure if that's actually something that they changed, but it does look like they have changed to me. Plus, when I was looking at an overview of this, it was a lot bigger than it used to be. Now another cool biome that's pretty different from the other ones is the Mesa biome. Now let's go ahead and click that and teleport over here. And it's basically like a wasteland of stone, but there's all these walls of sandstone. And it's kind of like a desert, but with like valleys and canyons and stuff. So it looks pretty crazy. And there's these things called Mesa Plateaus, which I know there's one over here, so I'll fly over to it real quick. If you hold down control in this, you can actually sprint while you're flying, so that's pretty cool also. But here's these Mesa Plateaus. They're like these floating island things with trees on them. So they look pretty crazy. Just wanted to show you guys that also. And finally, one more thing that they added is the deep ocean. So I'm going to grab one of these potions of night vision just so we can see a little bit better. And let's go ahead and teleport over here. It's basically an ocean biome, but it goes really, really deep. Now I'm going to drink this right now. And all across the bottom is just a ton and a ton of gravel. So I mean, if you want to go ahead and get a potion of water breathing and come in here with some aqua affinity, you can get a ton of gravel if you ever need it for whatever reason. But yeah, it goes down to pretty deep. I'm down at Y30, so it's really deep. It's definitely a deep ocean. So yeah, that's something that they added in too. Well, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show you, but one other thing is the swamplands. They did a few changes. They have like these little water puddles with a bunch of lily pads, so it makes it a little bit more swampy. And then also, if I can go ahead and grab some sugarcane, they did change the texture of it a little bit here that I noticed. So it's a little darker, as you can see, and it's not just because it's in the swampland. I tried it other places as well, and it's that darker green color now. And then one other thing that I did notice is in the options menu, if you go over to the music and sound, there's all different kinds of volumes and stuff that you can actually change now. So the player volume, monsters, weather, music, master volume, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool as well. But anyways, that's going to be everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit the like button so other people can find this video. If you thought that it was pretty helpful as far as finding out some stuff for the snapshots. And also, since Mojang did not actually post all of the information for the snapshots, they basically put this up for download and said go ahead and find everything yourself. If you have found anything else, any new changes or anything in this snapshot, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know, because this was everything that I could find, but there's probably other stuff that I missed. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's other stuff that I missed. So go ahead and drop a comment and let me know what other stuff there is. But anyways, that's going to be everything for this episode, so thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. See ya!